Hi folks, from HiOnAndroid.com, where we get on Android every day. Anyway, today we'll be doing an unboxing of the brand new Nexus 7. This is the new Nexus 7, upgraded from last year's original Nexus 7 with better processor. Anyway, let's go unbox it, baby. Alright, I've got the Nexus 7 here, the bad boy, the new Nexus 7. Let's go ahead and unbox it. It comes in a box, obviously, and it's got a little tab here. I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors. All right, and that will allow us open the new Nexus 7. And here we go. It comes with a tablet. It comes with Asus adapter. I believe this is 2 amps. We'll do a real close up real quick here. You see, it is rated output 5.2 volts at 1.35 amps. So not the, it's a good charger. I mean, it's nothing extraordinary. It's got a bunch of manuals, USB cable. That's pretty much it. Let me just put this aside, all this box stuff, and let's go ahead and unwrap it. All right, and that's the unboxing. And there's a power key here. And let me go ahead and turn it on for you. And here we go. I was actually at AndroidLife.com, and then they were like, "Oh, it's already available at Best Buy." I was gonna order it online, and I might not be here this weekend or something, so. I got it at my local Best Buy store. I think these are 2 speakers. Let me give you a close-up. I know some of you are really into the close-ups, so let me go ahead and make it super bright. You got the USB port there, 2 speakers there. You got the volume rockers. I kind of like it. It's a little bit more of a premium finish with the volume rockers and the power button. And of course, the biggest change with the new Nexus 7 is that it has a back camera, not just a front camera. It's only a 5 megapixel camera. Wow, that booted up real quick. Let's actually go together through this. And I believe this is actually Android 4.3 here. Let me go ahead and sign into my Wi-Fi. All right, first thoughts. Holding this tablet, it feels a lot thinner. It is way thinner, slightly lighter. Feels way more premium for some reason. Instead of the mesh from last year, it is a little bit smoother, so I kind of like it. And I've got the Nexus. Of course, it is from the same company, Asus. It's doing a system update, so it's going to reboot. And there's the front camera there. And looking pretty good, actually. Let me go ahead and compare it to the older Nexus 7. Here I've got on my right. Adjust this here, and let's actually go look at the size. It is slightly longer. You can see it is slightly longer, maybe like maybe a quarter of an inch longer, and also it's slightly narrower, about a quarter of an inch. So if you have an older Nexus 7 case, it's definitely not going to fit. As far as the camera goes, you'll see that it's slightly onto the right instead of the center from last year. And everything else, the screen size is pretty much identical. Yes, it's maybe slightly narrower. It is slightly narrower, about the same height. The back, you'll see that the original Nexus 7 has just a speaker layout here. And I think these are actually 2 different speakers, so maybe perhaps the sound may be bigger. Also, the volume rockers and the power button is exact same location. Instead of the mesh finish here, this is a slightly more of a solid feel, whereas this is more like a tire feel. So that's the biggest difference there. But I really like the addition of the camera. Although with tablets, the camera sucks and I don't really use it much. Especially on the bigger tablets like Nexus 10. But with the Nexus 7, I think it's a great idea to have the back camera because this is much more of a portable device, and it's great for kids. You know, if you don't own a smartphone but you still want to have some kind of smart device, this is definitely the device to get. The price is only $229. Also, you get the latest Qualcomm S4 Pro 1.5 gigahertz, the same processor found on the Nexus 4. Anyway, let me go ahead and sign in again. It was doing some updates and I think it reset everything. Alright, I've got it signed in, and I've actually got Android 4.3 running on my original Nexus 7. You can also grab that at nexus7root.com, by the way. And of course, it does come with 4.3 also. As far as the software, it's pretty much the same. The only difference between the older Nexus 7 and the new Nexus 7 is the processor. It is a Qualcomm S4 1.5 gigahertz, just like on the Nexus 4, versus Tegra 3 1.3 gigahertz quad-core. So it is slightly faster. And of course, the biggest difference also is the screen. Now you get full 1080p instead of the older 720p, about 720p. So let me go ahead and kind of compare it here. It looks definitely crisper. Definitely the resolution makes a slight difference. And of course, the camera. Now you get the back camera. I think this is great because, you know, although it's not the best camera in the world, it does have photosphere camera, which is nice, and you can't do that with the original Nexus 7. And that was one of my only complaints. And this is going to be also great when you're video chatting. You know how sometimes you can switch the camera from the front to back when you're using like Google Hangout or whatever. And this is going to be great. You'll be able to switch back and forth easily. And let me go ahead and actually let's do some quadrant benchmarking real quick. I'm going to go ahead and download Quadrant on this, and let's do a benchmarking real quick. Now, the first thing I noticed now also, the LCD itself is way brighter on the same screen. I've got both the original and the new Nexus 7 on full brightness. The new Nexus 7 is slightly brighter. And let me go ahead and run benchmark here. And you'll be able to see exact on par, because this is actually running Android 4.3 stock also. So they're both running the exact same operating system, Android 4.3 official stock ROMs. So this would be a good comparison. You can see the new Nexus 7 took off as far as the benchmarking goes, and is already almost done doing 3D benchmarking, while the original Nexus 7 is still stuck here. And there we go. It is way slower. There's a huge difference. And the screen itself, of course, is 1080p. Now it's about 303 ppi, so pixels per inch. So it is way more clear. Definitely, you know, the best value you can get for a tablet, like a mini tablet, 7 to 8 inches. Definitely highly recommend it, especially for a Wi-Fi version. Let me go ahead and submit the scores here. I got 5752, which is kind of what I'm getting on the Nexus 4. 3363 for the original Nexus 7. So almost double the performance with the new Nexus 7. And the screen's brighter. 1080p, actually it's beyond 1080p. It's 1920 by 1200. So it's slightly bigger than 1080p. And everything looks very crisp. The camera, obviously, it's not the best. I can kind of tell it's a little bit fuzzy. But on tablets such as this, you can't really expect to get the best shots. You know, but it's good that they have a, you know, there is a camera, the back camera now, so I can focus. Let me look at some of the menus here, and you've got this different scene modes. This is just standard Android 4.3 camera, so you can do 5 megapixel, 3 megapixel, 2 megapixel, all that. I'm just trying to see if there's any rapid shooting burst mode. No, there's a countdown. No, I don't think there is. Let me see if you can actually take photos while recording. Let's try that. And, ooh, did you see that? Did you see that? So I am recording a video and it's just forced close on me. There we go, it's working now. I think it was just a one-time thing. There we go. So you can take photos while taking a video, and let me see if it'll actually focus. There is no manual focus. Of course, I'm not expecting that much from this tablet. Let me see. Perhaps there is something in the menus. Somebody correct me. Video quality, ooh, you can do up to 1080p, so that is nice. And you can do time lapse. All right, let's try time lapse. You can set up to, wow, time lapse. You can do all these different intervals. So that's going to be very nice since this is a nice device with a lot of battery life, and you're going to be able to also change the store location. No, you're going to be able to store the location where you took it. So I've got 1080p video, and there's a slight lag here, and I think this is probably one of the bugs. So the camera needs a little bit of work, and the future updates should fix it. Other than that, it looks really nice. You know, I'm pretty happy. And my other Nexus 7, I don't actually use it much because my daughter loves it. It is definitely a great children's tablet, I would say, because they can download a bunch of apps. Now with Android 4.3, you can, you know, have multi-users, and also you can, there's some menus that you can use to restrict what your kids actually access. So that is very nice, and you know, it is a very good tablet even for adults. You know, I find that I have the Nexus 7, the Note 10.1. I never like carrying that anywhere. I just leave it at home. I use it for, you know, as a DSLR controller app. But I actually probably do carry the Nexus 7 more for my daughter, or just in general. It's just an easier device to carry around. So definitely looking very nice. And of course, it's got Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, all that good stuff. Tethering and portable hotspot. I don't know how that's going to work since this is already working off Wi-Fi. But you can set up your own, you know, Wi-Fi hotspot that you can create your own network using your Nexus 7. But obviously, there's no cellular data on the Wi-Fi module, so you can't do that. So looking pretty good. I know you guys probably want to see the difference between the screens, the two screens. So let me go ahead and grab my microscopic USB microscope, which does 230x zoom. So let's go to my computer real quick. Oh, another thing I noticed real quick is that it actually does have notification light somewhere. I'll be able to see it eventually. And also wireless display option, which doesn't have on the original Nexus 7. So another thing I just found out. Here we go, folks. So this is the original Nexus 7 I'm showing you here. And I'll take a screenshot real quick if I can hold this real still. All right. And let me leave that aside. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the new Nexus 7, and I'll show you a white space here. And this is from the exact same location. Let me go ahead and take a screenshot real quick. All right. So you will see it is the same layout. Actually, I didn't really take a good one. Let me go ahead and do it again here. For some reason it cut off. Hold on. So the pixels are a little bit more dense, as you can see. Let me put it actually side by side here, and then you'll be able to kind of see the actual size. There we go. That's aligned there. You'll see about, let me see. It's a lot more dense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 6 pixels here from the top to the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For the new Nexus 7, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So almost double density as far as pixels go. And I'm not sure how it goes laterally. All right, but it is definitely slightly denser, as you can see here. All right, let me go ahead and show you also the storage. Since this actually comes with, this is a 16 gigabyte version, you actually only be able to use 12.21 gigabytes of that. You can actually use most of it. You can see that I've got almost 12 gigabytes. So if you get the 16 gigabytes version, you'll have about 12 gigabytes. If you get the 32 gigabyte version, just minus about 4, you should have about 28 gigabytes of storage. So I'm not too worried. I mean, you can always hook up a USB OTG cable like this one and hook up USB flash drives. You can actually do that for those of you who don't know. So that's nice thing with the Nexus 7 tablets, and you'll see it's lighting up. That means it is working. So that is nice. Anyway, that was just a short unboxing and my initial thoughts of the Nexus 7. Certainly for $229, you can't beat this. There's a bunch of Samsung tablets that's about 8 inches, 8.0 inches, slightly bigger, whatever. But I really prefer the Nexus devices. Easy to root, install custom ROMs, and also very good. I mean, now I'm gonna definitely just, give this to my daughter. Well, it's already hers anyways, but that's gonna be nice. And also the good news is the older Nexus 7, the original Nexus 7 will now sell probably like at the half the price, like $100. These are gonna be great for your kids. Especially they're going to high school or even college, whatever, and you don't have enough money to buy bigger tablets. Definitely, this can be a great option. Some of the older ones, and the new one is also pretty cheap, $229. I mean, you can't beat this. I mean, you can get you can get 2 of these for the price of 1 iPad mini. Certainly better than iPad mini in a lot of ways that you can do things. So definitely, let me go ahead and actually test out the sound real quick. All right, I did a quick sound test. The sound is slightly, maybe just a tiny bit louder than the original Nexus 7. But with the 2 speakers, it definitely sounds a lot better, more crisp, and the sounds are more vibrant. So definitely better speakers, slightly better speakers. Overall, I am pretty satisfied with my purchase. Definitely, this is going to be my tablet for this week and maybe this whole month. I'm just going to take it everywhere with me and try it out. But looking very good. And I'm not sure what the top of this part is, but there's some like a speaker looking thing here. Yeah, very nice tablet, highly recommended. And that was unboxing of the Nexus 7. And if you have any questions about this Nexus 7, don't forget to leave it in the comment section. I'll try my best to get back to you. A better performance, 1080p screen, or better than 1080p, and also very good processor, same as the one in Nexus 4, Qualcomm S4 1.5 GHz quad core. Also camera, back camera and front camera, 5 megapixel back, 1.3 megapixel front. The camera is having trouble today, I don't know why, but that should be solved with a software update and or using custom ROMs. But yeah, I like it. Highly recommended. Go grab it. I think it's available on Best Buy, Amazon, and I'll have links in my description. So check it out if you want to check it out. And yeah, go grab it before they run out of it. And yeah, that's it. And do let me know what you think of the Nexus 7 if you do get one. And as always, if you have a Nexus 7, don't forget to sign up for my email list at nexus7root.com. I'm going to have a bunch of rooting instructions for Mac, Windows, Linux, again for the new Nexus 7, and also I'll be posting some more custom ROMs. And I'll see you guys soon. Don't forget to hit that like button here, subscribe button there, and share this with your friends on Twitter, Facebook, or Google+.